Well, this is what you call a slough. I think a slough is defined as a body of water that's kind of shaped like a river, but doesn't flow anywhere. This one connects to the Tanana. It's real low right now. As you can see, the bank is, there's a lot of bank. Ordinarily, there's not a lot of bank. Ordinarily, the water comes up to about there. It's way down. Not only is it down, but it's full of some weird algae that's turned it brown. This thing connects with the Tanana River. If I had a boat, I could take this slough all the way to the Tanana and then on down to the Yukon and hell, all the way out to sea, frankly. Go anywhere. But I don't. There's Dolly. Hi, Dolly. Hey, Dolly, what do you see? What is it? What is it? Go get it! I do have a canoe, however. And here's the path back to camp. I've been thinning out these, all the scrub in between these birches. There's a lot of dead stuff on the ground, but as you can see, it is kind of lovely. I've got this lovely birch forest. Now, over this way, I haven't cleared it out, and it's full of clutter. Before, after. Well, anyways, there's camp. I keep a fire going all the time because, as you can see, there's just a bunch of dead branches, trees, limbs. Here's a whole log. I cut the spruce down. I was going to use it for the cabin, but look how it's not very straight. It's got all kinds. It's like an S. I'll find some other use for it. Just dead stuff everywhere. Dead, 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 dead. The place was really overgrown. I've got it all thinned out now, but now I've got all this debris on the ground. Like I said, I keep a fire going all the time. This is what happens to all that wood out there. Very slowly, it's disappearing. Anyway, here's camp. That's, you might call it my kitchen. Well, it is my kitchen. That's where I do my cooking. And then I keep my tools here out of the weather underneath my tarp. You can see my toolboxes, and oh hey, look, there's my chainsaw, Grace. Hi, Grace. I keep my food in there. It's just an old box I found somewhere. Bear found it. As you can see, we had a little visit from the bear. I think those are teeth marks, but I think those I think are claw marks. Oh, there's some good claw marks right there. Ooh, look at those. Claw marks, the bear. That bear's gonna get it. I can't have a bear in camp, and I sure as hell can't have the bear eating Dolly. Here's my ATV, my horse. Here's my tent. It's sagging a bit. I gotta re-stretch it. You can see I've got it rigged with spruce poles. I gotta readjust everything. It's kind of sagged since I set it up. This tent is made in Fairbanks, Alaska. I think it's marvelous. And here's my camp. Listening to Waylon Jennings, I got all the comforts. As you can see, the box of my generator, I have a generator powering things. Things are a bit of a mess right now. I've got Carhartts and wool vests everywhere. Hey, look at the bookshelf I made. There's my 44 at hand in case of disaster. There's my little workstation. My grandfather's 12 gauge leaning up against the table. There's the lantern. It's a little hard to see because of the glare, but it provides a lot of light. The guest bedroom's over there. We're back outside. Well, this is my first attempt at making like one of those sawhorses, you might say, to cut logs before you split them. And it's a work in progress. My second attempt will be better. There's one of my wood piles. I started off with the gross stuff, like that's all at the very bottom. You can see it's like a gray bark. It's I think it's aspen and willow. But up here is the birch, which is what you want to burn. Birch makes wonderful firewood. It burns very long and hot. And this is actually a parking space I've made out of wood piles for my ATV. I don't park in there very often because it's narrow. But when I leave camp for the season, I will park it in there and I'll cover it with tarps and no one will ever know it's there. Well, here's my wood pile. I don't know what to say about it. I've done a lot of work, cut a lot of trees, and I've peeled a lot of logs. I got a lot of wonderful logs under there, but I tell you, it ain't enough. I think I may have to spend another summer cutting wood before I can build the cabin. Well, such is life. Here's the road out of this place. Well, you call it a road, call it my driveway. Really, it's just a path through the woods. You cannot drive a truck back here. I have to take my ATV. My truck is, I actually tried bringing it back here once and I blew out the transmission. I hit a stump, it was a disaster. Got stranded out in the Elliott Highway. Well, that's the road to Manley. Again, it's not much of a road. I'm way back here in the forest. There's the other direction. There's not much that way, I tell you. Except for Dolly at the moment. Hey, Dolly! Dolly! Come! 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 Alright, hey, sit! Sit! Well, Dolly, what do you think? There's a flamingo that marks my camp. If you're ever in the neighborhood and you see that flamingo, you know where to find me.